Have you ever wondered what makes old age so miserable for those who didn't prepare? It's not just the gray hair, the wrinkles, or the slower pace. It's the absence of key things that bring meaning, connection, and joy. Too many people assume that misery in old age is inevitable, that loneliness, boredom, and regret just come with the territory. But that couldn't be further from the truth. The difference between a life of quiet suffering and one filled with peace and dignity comes down to 6 simple, yet essential, elements that most people don't even realize they're missing. And when they're missing, the days start to feel longer, the nights lonelier, and the spirit a little dimmer. On the surface, these may sound small, but underneath, they hold the power to transform how you experience this stage of life. Stay with us, because by the end of this video, you won't just understand what's been missing, you'll know exactly how to bring it back. These 6 things aren't just nice to have. Without them, old age can feel hollow. With them, everything shifts, joy returns, confidence grows, and you remember who you are, not just who you used to be. Let's get started. 1. The presence of a purposeful daily routine. Without a daily sense of purpose, the days begin to blur. You wake up, move through the usual motions, and by evening, you wonder where the time went. But it's not just about the clock. It's about that quiet ache, the one that whispers something is missing, even if you can't quite put your finger on it. Let me tell you about Walter, a 76-year-old retired mechanic. For the first few years of retirement, he took it easy. At first, it felt like freedom, no alarms, no schedules. But gradually, his energy dipped, his mood followed, and his sleep became restless. What had felt like rest slowly turned into restlessness. When asked how he spent his days, he paused. And that silence told the whole story. Humans are wired for rhythm and purpose. And as we age, that need doesn't disappear, it becomes even more vital. The happiest older adults aren't the ones with the most free time. They're the ones with the most focused time. They tend to their garden each morning. They read a chapter a day. They write letters, organize drawers, feed birds, call a friend. These rituals may seem ordinary, but they are lifelines. A purposeful routine gives structure to the day, helps you wake up with intention, and go to bed with satisfaction. But when you remove structure, the days stretch endlessly, and loneliness creeps in. So, if you're feeling that dull emptiness, ask yourself, what is my day built around? Then choose one thing, just one, to do each morning or evening. Something to track, something to return to. That small thread, it can become a lifeline, not just to a better day, but to a better you. 2. The habit of maintaining physical vitality through small actions. Physical energy isn't just about staying fit, it's about staying engaged with life. When your body starts to slow down, everything else begins to feel heavier. Tasks that once felt effortless, getting out of bed, making a meal, running an errand, now feel like burdens. And when that effort isn't supported by small, consistent habits, people begin to retreat. Not out of laziness, but because their bodies don't feel like allies anymore. Let me tell you about Harold, an 81-year-old who had always been strong and active. After an unexpected illness, he told himself he'd take just a few weeks off. But those weeks turned into months. His muscles weakened, his joints stiffened, and his confidence dwindled. Even short walks felt intimidating. What Harold didn't realize then is what doctors emphasize now: small physical habits done daily are more powerful than occasional big efforts. You don't need a gym. You don't need heavy weights. What you do need is movement that meets you where you are. 10 minutes of stretching in the morning. Light resistance band work in the afternoon. Standing leg lifts while brushing your teeth. These small things compound. They preserve strength, protect joints, keep blood flowing. But most importantly, they remind you that your body is still capable. And that feeling, it's one of the strongest antidotes to misery in old age. 3. The presence of emotional connection with others, how loneliness steals your joy and how to rebuild emotional bonds. Loneliness is a silent thief that creeps into our lives, unnoticed at first, slowly draining us of joy, purpose, and emotional warmth. We live in an age of hyperconnectivity, yet millions feel emotionally isolated, proving that loneliness isn't just about being alone, it's about lacking meaningful connections. Why loneliness quietly steals your joy. Loneliness affects mental and physical well-being, leading to diminished self-worth. Without meaningful interactions, self-doubt creeps in. Increased stress and anxiety. Loneliness triggers a stress response, increasing cortisol levels. Reduced dopamine levels. Lack of connection suppresses happiness chemicals like dopamine and oxytocin. Distorted perception of reality. Persistent loneliness fosters feelings of unworthiness and invisibility. The good news: loneliness isn't permanent. You can reclaim joy by rebuilding emotional bonds. How to rebuild emotional bonds and reignite joy. 1. Reconnect with yourself first. Self-compassion and self-discovery are the foundations of strong connections. Engage in activities that bring you joy and remind yourself of your worth. 2. Prioritize deep, quality conversations. Move beyond small talk. Engage in meaningful discussions that foster vulnerability and trust. 3. Embrace face-to-face interactions. Social media has its place, but in-person connections provide unparalleled warmth and fulfillment. 4. Be the first to reach out. Break the cycle. Send that message, make that call, or extend that invitation. Others may be longing for connection, too. 5. Practice gratitude and give back. Acts of kindness create emotional bonds. Volunteering and expressing appreciation can deepen relationships. 6. Find a community that feels like home. Seek like-minded individuals in hobby groups, support circles, or shared interest communities to foster a sense of belonging. The ripple effect of emotional connection. When you rebuild emotional bonds, you not only heal yourself but inspire others. Connection is contagious. The warmth you extend to one person can spread, transforming countless lives. Loneliness may have stolen your joy, but you have the power to take it back. Your heart thrives on connection, and happiness is just one meaningful conversation away. So, reach out. Reconnect. Replace loneliness with love, laughter, and genuine human connection. 4. The habit of mental stimulation and curiosity. How mental stimulation and curiosity keep you vibrant and alive. Imagine waking up with a mind eager to explore new ideas and solve problems. The secret to staying vibrant? Keeping your mind engaged. Mental stimulation and curiosity fuel creativity, enhance cognitive function, and keep your spirit youthful. In a world of routine, lifelong learning is the key to personal growth and joy. Why your brain craves stimulation. Like a muscle, the brain weakens without exercise. Engaging in reading, problem solving, and learning strengthens neural pathways, boosts memory, and releases dopamine, the brain's feel-good chemical. Mental stimulation not only prevents aging but unlocks new levels of joy and creativity. How mental stagnation dulls your vibrancy. A lack of stimulation leads to cognitive decline, boredom, and a resistance to change. Over time, this dulling of curiosity can make life feel repetitive and uninspired. Mental stagnation manifests in autopilot thinking, lack of motivation, and a fear of new challenges. How to cultivate mental stimulation and curiosity. Read regularly. Books open new worlds and perspectives. Challenge yourself to explore unfamiliar topics. Ask why. Question everything to spark deeper understanding and curiosity. Learn something new daily, take online courses, watch educational videos, or explore new hobbies. Surround yourself with curious minds. Engage in thought-provoking discussions and intellectual exchanges. Break routines, try new experiences, change daily habits, and embrace novelty. Play games and solve puzzles. Activities like chess, Sudoku, and strategy games keep the brain agile. Teach what you learn. Sharing knowledge reinforces learning and deepens understanding. The ripple effect. A transformed life. An engaged mind enhances adaptability, creativity, and confidence. Relationships become richer, and life remains exciting. The secret to staying vibrant isn't avoiding aging, it's embracing lifelong learning. Your mind is your greatest asset, keep it curious and watch your world transform. So, what will you learn today? 5. The power of self-worth, how the world treats you differently when you know your value. Imagine walking into a room where people respect you instantly, not because of your status, wealth, or appearance, but because you radiate confidence, self-respect, and an unshakable sense of worth. This isn't about arrogance, it's about recognizing your intrinsic value and refusing to settle for less. When you embrace your self-worth, the world responds in kind, treating you with the dignity and respect you deserve. Why self-worth shapes how the world sees you. Your level of self-worth influences everything, from your relationships and career to the opportunities that come your way. People subconsciously mirror the way you treat yourself. If you undervalue yourself, others are more likely to do the same. If you exude confidence and dignity, people naturally respect and admire you. Without self-worth, you may find yourself stuck in toxic relationships, undervalued at work, or constantly seeking external validation. But when you reclaim your worth, your entire world shifts. You attract better opportunities, build healthier relationships, and step into a life of fulfillment and respect. The silent ways we lose our self-worth. Seeking validation from others. If your happiness depends on external approval, you give away your power. Allowing toxic relationships. Staying in relationships that diminish your value erodes your self-esteem. Neglecting boundaries. When you say yes to things that drain you, you silently tell the world that your needs don't matter. Fearing rejection or failure. Avoiding risks due to fear of failure keeps you from realizing your true potential. Comparing yourself to others. Measuring your worth against someone else's success diminishes your unique brilliance. How to reclaim your self-worth and dignity. 1. Redefine your own value. Stop basing your worth on external factors like social status, wealth, or approval. Your value comes from within. Acknowledge your strengths, talents, and uniqueness. 2. Set unbreakable boundaries. Respect yourself enough to say no to situations that drain you. Boundaries are a powerful way to communicate your worth to the world. 3. Walk away from toxicity. Let go of people, environments, and situations that belittle you. Surround yourself with those who uplift and respect you. 4. Speak and act with confidence. Your words and actions reflect your self-worth. Stand tall, express your thoughts unapologetically, and believe in your abilities. 5. Invest in your growth. Prioritize personal development. Read, learn, and challenge yourself. The more you grow, the more valuable you feel. 6. Celebrate your wins, big and small. Recognize your achievements and progress. Every step forward is proof of your worth. Number 6. The power of being needed, how to overcome the hidden pain of feeling unimportant. Have you ever felt invisible, as if your presence or absence wouldn't make a difference to anyone? The feeling of not being needed is one of the most overlooked sources of emotional pain. When we believe that we don't matter to anyone or anything, life starts to feel hollow. But the truth is, you are essential, and you have the power to reshape your reality and reclaim your sense of purpose. Why feeling needed matters. Humans are wired for connection and contribution. We thrive when we feel like we play an important role in someone's life, in our work, or in a greater cause. When we don't feel needed, we experience loneliness and isolation. Without a sense of purpose, we withdraw from the world, deepening our emotional disconnect. Low self-worth, feeling replaceable or insignificant, chips away at confidence and self-esteem. Lack of motivation, when we don't feel essential, we struggle to find reasons to push forward, leading to stagnation. Emotional numbness, a loss of purpose, often leads to apathy, making it difficult to feel joy, excitement, or fulfillment. But the good news? You can transform this feeling and reclaim your place in the world. How to become essential again? 1. Acknowledge your worth. Just because you feel unneeded doesn't mean you are unneeded. Remind yourself that your presence, actions, and energy impact others in ways you may not even realize. 2. Deepen your relationships. Make the first move. Reconnect with family, friends, or loved ones. Instead of waiting to be needed, offer your support, listen deeply, and be there for others. The more you invest in others, the more valued you become. 3. Find a purpose beyond yourself. Purpose often comes from contributing to something bigger than yourself. Volunteer, mentor, or join a cause that aligns with your passions. When you give, you gain a deep sense of importance. 4. Create, build, and contribute. Whether it's writing, art, a business, or a project, creating something meaningful gives you a reason to wake up every day. When you contribute something to the world, you become irreplaceable. 5. Show up consistently. Being reliable and present in people's lives makes you indispensable. Whether in friendships, work, or communities, those who consistently show up become essential. The hidden truth: you are more needed than you know. The world needs you, even if it doesn't always make it obvious. A kind word, a helping hand, or simply your presence can change someone's life. When you realize your importance, you not only heal yourself but also inspire and uplift those around you. You are not invisible. You are not replaceable. You are needed. So step forward, embrace your purpose, and let the world feel your presence. If you've made it this far, I want you to pause and reflect. Maybe something stirred inside you. Maybe one of these 6 things felt a little too familiar. Or maybe you realized that what's been missing in your life isn't as complicated as you thought. Because old age itself isn't miserable. What makes it feel that way is the absence of the things that make us feel alive. And here's the best part, it's not too late. One small action. One new habit. One phone call. One decision to honor your own worth, even if no one else notices just yet. Thank you for joining us today. If this video spoke to you, let us know in the comments. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. We have more content coming that you won't want to miss. We'll see you in the next one.